Hello everyone, welcome to Your Engineer, and today we are going to know something about JavaScript. We are going to list here 10 things that only JavaScript can do and none other language can do it. How JavaScript make your web development and developing life simple, we are going to discuss in this video tutorial. Now let's begin. First thing, JavaScript is developed by an engineer called Brendan Eich in 1995. It is based on ECM script. JavaScript is one of the core technology of World Wide Web. That time has gone when HTML and CSS can only make the website. JavaScript is very necessary to create a website. It can be used for client side and server side both. Originally developed for the web browser, now working with platform like Node.js, Deno, and in client side it is working like AngularJS and React.js and Vue.js. In later time in 2000s it is adopted by Microsoft. Now let's list the 10 things that only JavaScript can do. First, you can add property to almost everything. In JavaScript, you can add property to everything. For the normal coding language, you can add property to a string, you can add property to a number, you can add property to something like that. But in JavaScript, you can add property to anything. How? Here, in this thing, you can see I have written where a is equal to a curly braces. In JavaScript, curly braces define object. So I am giving a property to a, that is an object, an empty object. Now in next line I am writing a dot b equal to hello. Here b is a property of a. So now I am assigning a property to an object. What is hello? So in JavaScript you can add property to almost everything. That make it very simple. You do not have to define everything in a string, you do not have to define everything in a number and everything like that. So you can define properties to almost everything. This is a very good thing about JavaScript. Second, in here functions act like an object. How? Functions do if true is true, what to do. So if is true, what to do is there's a function I have defined, do if true. Now I am here presenting and calling that function as an object. I'm not like defining it, I can just call it. Like in do if true, I am here giving first thing is true, that is variable, and now in second parameter, that is what to do, I am just defining a function. You can define function anywhere in JavaScript like an object, like a string, like an anything. I can give where a equal to function something. So that's how JavaScript works. In JavaScript, function can be defined anywhere. It can be defined as an object, like simple. So this is a very good thing about JavaScript. Third very good thing is about variable scoping. So like in any other language, I am going to write where message equal to hello world, and in second line I am going to write alert message. So this act like a global variable. Now whenever I am going to use this message thing again, this will trump with this. This will contradict it because message is already defined somewhere. But in JavaScript, all you have to do is wrap this particular thing into a function. And once you wrap this thing in function, you can call function anywhere in your code and the property of message will not change. That is the best thing about JavaScript I like. Now, third thing, variables that aren't explicitly declared can be global. How? So here let's say you have wrapped your thing into a function, like function message equal to hello world alert message, but you forget to give where keyword, that is variable, the declaration keyword. Now what to do? In that case, what JavaScript will understand is this. Actually, this in quoted. This is a keyword which is very much used in JavaScript, which is like giving a global scope to some variable without defining it, without declaring it. So if you forget to define anything like where or int or anything you forget to declare, you can easily go with it. JavaScript will understand it automatically. But in other language, you have to define a class for such thing. So that is one more perk about JavaScript. Now, third thing is prototype. It is a very important and very loving thing. I love this thing in JavaScript, that is prototype. So JavaScript uses special prototype property to solve the problem that other language use classes to solve. In other language you have to use class for something like that. So let's start. So here I am creating a function person first and last. So this dot first equal to first, this dot last equal to last. Now I am defining into the function where John equal to new person, an object person, John comma Doe, and where Mary equal to another new object, new person, Mary comma dear. So now I am writing person.prototype.full equals to function return this dot first plus space plus this dot last, and there will be an alert in your website that is John.full. Now how this work? Now we create a function which will set property on its this object when called. Now we create a two separate instances of that function by putting the new keyword before our function call. This is not a function call, this is a new thing, that is I already told you that here function act like an object. So I am just calling that function as an object. I am creating a new object using that function, that is first name and last name. So by putting the new keyword before our function call, this ensures that John and Mary refer to completely separate objects, each with their own first and last property. Now we create a new function and assign it to the full property of our person functions prototype property. The prototype property exists on all function and allows you to define fallback properties that should exist on every object created from that function. Now we call full function on John. JavaScript sees that. Now what happened here? JavaScript sees that the John object doesn't actually have a full function on it. So it looks for a person.prototype.full function and calls that instead. Because John is not a full thing, no? John is just an object. So it requires a full function to be called. So it will look for person.prototype.full function and call that instead. Within that call, however, this still refers to the John object. So that's how things have worked. You need a little knowledge of class and object and object oriented programming to understand dot property in the JavaScript. Now fourth thing which I love about JavaScript is asynchronous JavaScript. That is one thing very important for your website. Why? See, every time you write a code, most languages create a layer abstraction over operation where the program is waiting for something to happen. Like if I'm writing something, if I'm loading something in my website and something is very big, so my other thing will wait for such minute and then that will load. So there is a synchronicity, like when everything will be loaded, then it will appear on web page. So user have to wait for 2 to 3 minutes, then only page will arrive. But what JavaScript do? See, you can't afford to have it doing nothing for 100 of millisecond at a time. It would freeze up the UI and make a horrible user experience. So JavaScript almost never block execution. How? This, a function called setTimeout. So JavaScript never block execution. Instead, it relies on asynchronous callbacks to let you say what should happen when an operation finishes. For example, like this, window.setTimeout, this function I have given console.log a and I am giving 1 second, I mean 1000 millisecond, console.log hello world where equal to got here. So the above code will first create a hello world message, even though that line of code comes after setTimeout. You can see after setTimeout the line hello world has been printed. But setTimeout, what setTimeout is doing? setTimeout is delaying that console.log a. So you can manage your time when you want something to be appeared on your web page. You can manage it in JavaScript. You want something to be 3 seconds late. You want something to be appeared after something already appeared. You want that where a equal to got here to be appeared after that thing. So you can just set a timeout. You can set 3 millisecond, 4 millisecond, 5 millisecond. So up till then, these things will appear in your screen. But that console.log a will not appear. That will appear after 1 millisecond, 2 millisecond, 3 millisecond, whatever the value you have given. So that's how asynchronous thing work. Third thing is automatic type conversion. That is very good thing. Like where s equal to 1 plus string. In any other function, this will in any other language, this will look like an undefined thing. But in JavaScript, you can add one number and one string and it will yield as a string. So if I'm adding a number to a string, that will yield as a string and one will act like a string, s will act like a string. So that's how it works. Now third thing is JavaScript is a code, not data or markup. This is a pure coding language. because if in HTML we have learned we are using button tag, and button we have given data confirmation equal to delete this object. So delete. Now what I'm going to give here, I'm going to create a function data confirmation dot click. Now function is like confirmation message. Whenever I'm clicking that button, there will be a a bar will appear that will ask me that you really want to delete this object, then only this will delete. Once I click that button, then it will confirm the message and delete that object. So JavaScript is a pure code. There is no data, that is not markup, that is not something you want to appear. That is something going in backend, but giving a better user experience to your markup thing, your CSS, your HTML, your React. So that's what JavaScript is all about. Now next thing is JavaScript not just for browsers. That is very important thing, is because JavaScript has clearly come a long way since it was created in 1995. Now technologies like Node.js allow JavaScript to run outside of any browser. Some common use cases of JavaScript as a general scripted language include less. Yeah, few days back we have learned about CSS. So less is a property, less is a actually converter, a framework for CSS. So most accurate less converter around, it's written in JavaScript. So less is totally written in JavaScript. It's called less.js, and you can always import it in your CSS file and work and make your user interface very much better. So it also work like a managing build tasks. So like what if you have to run unit test against your JavaScript every time you change a file to make sure you didn't break anything. So grunt.js, or it watches Karma plugins, many things we are going to learn about testing in our courses and many things. So there always JavaScript will work. So if you are developing web application, you are going to need to learn JavaScript. That is a most important thing. And JavaScript is not just this, whatever the 10 thing I have told. JavaScript is like an, what can I say, a Pacific Ocean. You can't cover all, but how much deep you can go, that is the thing about you. That is that how much skilled you will be. JavaScript can never end. You will learn one thing, that just a drop of water from an ocean. So that's how JavaScript is powerful and full of intricacies and nuances. The more you learn about JavaScript, the more you realize how little you actually know about it. But arming yourself with knowledge will help you avoid costly mistakes that are common for the beginning developer. So good luck with that. And with this, your engineer is also bringing a course basic to advanced on the JavaScript. So stay tuned with us. We will soon give you information when the course will start. It will start in 2 or 3 days on the 20th of March most probably. So go to our website, visit it, and also for the prerequisite, complete the course of HTML and CSS if you haven't yet completed it. So thank you very much. And please don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, and also like this video, comment on it if you have any question, and share it to as many person as you want. Thank you.